But then it reminds me again that the church is not the building, the church is the people. It's raining so much outside today. I feel sorry for the people that have not been able to get any petrol, that haven't taken the bus this morning. And these are the days that I feel grateful that I work from home and homeschool. Anyway, so just saying that it's about just after 8 on a Monday, and there's been a massive petrol crisis. Well, there has been a massive petrol crisis in the UK because lots of the tanks can't get through, and I think there's like a restriction on how many drivers there are. So the the government has said that they're going to get 5,000 European workers to come over to try to fix the crisis on a temporary visa. I'm not going to give my political views about that, but hopefully it gets sorted because there's been a lot of punch-ups, a lot of fights happening. My friend sent a video over of some people fighting over diesel, petrol. It was actually quite a cool fight. I had to analyse the fight, so what was going on, but it was actually quite a cool fight because in the end it ended peacefully. So they kind of shook hands and kind of just realised that they just kind of had loads of pent-up anger, which was great. But anyway, this dog wants to play. Where's your ball? Look, he just keeps getting the ball. He's literally 8 months actually. Yeah, 27 today. He's 8 months today. He's always ready to play. Yes, anyway, when the kids get up, Malay will do some brain training activities with him. And I don't know, but it's raining. So I've been going to Bible study on and off for about 7 years. So when we started doing paces, there was a Bible pace in there. And the Bible pace, obviously the paces are not cheap. They cost about £4.50, £5 per pace. Then you have to get the workbooks too. Times up by 3 children, times up by 7 subjects. It's a lot of paces. So I remember when they were not doing their qualification level, when they're really, really young, I thought, I'm not going to pay for the Bible pace. Let me see if I can find a Bible, some kind of Bible study that we can do at home. And then I just kind of spoke to a few. I found out from one of my home educating friends that there was a Bible study fellowship in Shepherd's Bush. There was a Bible study fellowship where we meet together one day a week on a Thursday, daily. Ready? We meet one day a week on a Thursday, and all the children come with the parents. So it's like all the women are together and they can bring their children, or the men will be together another day and they bring their children. And you just study the book as a family, and it goes in levels. So I'm going to show you a rough idea, a clip over here of what some of the questions look like. But you have like different levels. You have junior level, senior level, adult level, and it's the same book though. So obviously your children will learn it at a more basic level, but when you come together, you can study it together and discuss what's happening in the book. So I thoroughly enjoyed that over the years. I haven't always done full years though. I did a full year of Revelation. That was a tough year because I was going through a breakup then. I did the full year of Romans. I've done the full year of Genesis. And now I'm doing a full year of Matthew. So I'm really happy about that. What normally happens is you just have a login and then you get to download all the questions, all the lectures, all the audio notes from the website. But this year they offered a book. So I've got the book this year. Let me show you the book. Bible Study Fellowship, The Unexpected King, Matthew's account of Jesus. There's 30 lessons in here. So the first page, it just gives you some tips of how to study, helps for our study of the Bible at BSF. So it explains that you need to read the week's passage, you need to review the day's verses, reflect on the day's verses, and respond. Then you have the notes. So you have all the different notes with a focus verse, an engagement text, and then it goes on to explain a bit about the New Testament. And you basically just keep reading all the notes. There's quite a lot of reading. So explain the differences with the 4 Gospels. It's my first time seeing the book. I actually quite like it. I'm going to get all of them. You apply it, you can go deeper. Lady, I'm trying to show something. Really? You. Oh. He caught it. And then obviously it's got like more an outline of Matthew's Gospel. Oh my goodness, sorry. This is not very good. Really? Let me try that again. So you just basically read through the book, find it as much as you can. I'm going to highlight this in so much detail. I'm so excited about this one, actually. And then when you've read everything, you then have the focus question. So you've got lesson 1 over here. You've got the focus verse. You can try to learn this. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus because he will save his people from their sins. Matthew 1:21. So I'm going to be focusing on these verses and trying to learn them as well. Then you've got the first day. Every first day is the same. So on the first day, you always use a space to record how you have seen God's activity this week. How has he provided, answered, comforted, restored, guided, etc.? The second question is always the same. What from the notes, lecture, or personal study impacted you most in the past week? And then it tells you on the second day, we're going to be reading Matthew 1:17. It gives you a little synopsis. Matthew presents a genealogy of Jesus. No barking. You only bark when I tell you to bark. Sit and wait. So you read Matthew 1:17. Then you have the third day, the fourth day, my dog's being naughty, and the fifth day, and then the sixth day as well. And then just write down anything that you found interesting over here. So I'm going to come back to this. Good boy. I'll come back to this in a couple of weeks and show you how I've progressed in my book, and it helps me to be held accountable to show you what I've been doing. It is quite tough, it is quite challenging because you have to do your task, and when you're in the group, obviously some people are very experienced with their Bible knowledge and they will answer the questions, and obviously you get a chance to think about different things. And also we don't talk about what we discuss within the group, so if you have a major issue, you can get the ladies to pray for you. The leaders are absolutely amazing and they literally have a heart for Jesus. I mean, we all have a heart for Jesus anyway, but these people have dedicated their time to kind of go into the meetings together to discuss what they need to do with BSF, how they can help the women and things like that. And I just think it's really amazing to be a leader and to be called into that. It's not something that I can do. I'm just learning all the time on my spiritual journey. I feel like I have ups and I have downs. I've had a massive fight in terms of my spiritual journey over the last 4 years, and this year has been the most toughest year I've had in my spiritual walk. The seasons and the challenges have just been so tough. But in terms of the mind, that's what it's all about, the mind, what you're going through, how people treat you, and how you look at life and how you allow these weaknesses and the pressures of the world and pressures of life to affect you. I've had a really, really tough year in terms of myself, spiritually, mentally, and just trying to understand certain events that's taken place in my life. But I'm fighting the good fight. They say to continue fighting, and I continue to fight. I'm anchored in Christ. I know that God is truth. I believe in this truth, and this truth is literally, I was going for gold then, but this truth is literally at the core of my being. So whenever I'm going through my struggles, I just remember that God is real and God is with me. And in the book of Matthew, it talks about the fact that when there was the fishermen were in the boat and Jesus was sleeping and the storms came, this really touched because it made me feel like sometimes when we feel like God is not there, sometimes it's just sleeping or he's quiet. Like they said, a teacher is quiet in the middle of the test. Sometimes it's just quiet in the middle of the test. But even if you're a Christian anyway and you're walking with Jesus, sometimes when it feels like he's not there, he may just be sleeping right beside you, but he's still there. He's still in control, even in his sleeping. It says in the Bible, it says that God doesn't slumber nor sleep. So if he was sleeping, that's the flesh that's sleeping anyway. Anyway, I'm not like a Bible teacher, so I don't want to be saying things wrong. I'm always really fearful that, oh no, I'm saying things a little bit wrong. But my main point was just saying that it is a real fight, especially with the around COVID time, all the churches were closed. That really affected me. It made me so angry, actually. I became so angry with the church that they were closing. Obviously, it made me realise some of the red tape that's around the church in terms of government being able to tell them what they can do. But then it reminds me again that the church is not the building. The church is the people. And I think a lot more Christians need to rise up and come together and have church, even when the churches are closed. We need to. So I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to have Bible study inside my home and invite people down here to have church here, because we still can in this country. There's many countries that can't even do that. So yeah, that's just a really ranting video. But yeah, I'm just going to read my Bible now, get the day started, and then get some work done. So I'll speak to you all soon.